welcome. Today I have a collage piece for my large ring journal, and I want to apologize in advance. My camera got stuck on something really fast and I've tried to slow it down, but this is the slowest I can get it to where it's actually not really bad. But I'm taking some different pieces of paper here and just gluing them on top of mixed media paper, and one's from the one on the left's from an old Harper's magazine, and then some book scraps, and that's a ticket stamp that I stamped on mulberry paper and glued it down, and then that's some washi tape and just a piece of a stamp that I stamped onto white paper and assembled it all and then sealed it all with clear gesso. Soon here it's going to slow down on its own. So the clear gesso, I kind of removed any excess and I trimmed the page to fit. And now I'm taking some of that collage paper that is from Tim Holtz's Ideology, and I want that little bug guy there, and so I just kind of trace around him with water and rip him free of the collage paper sheet. And then I want to put him on a tag, but first I'm going to distress that tag with some vintage photo distress ink, and I'm drying it and dipping it and drying it and dipping it, and that way it gives a multi-leveled distressing look. And I'm gonna put it down on my card there, but I want it to be 3D. But first I put on my collage paper with my Liquitex matte varnish, and I put it down first and then I put it on top of it so it's nice and sealed. And now I'm adding a piece of cardstock just to kind of make it come away from the page a little bit. And off camera I cut some leaves out of book paper and I painted them a little bit, just a wash with the peeled paint. And I also did the eye, gave it a little peeled paint. And now I'm buffing up the edges with the vintage photo. Now you can see I must have caught that the camera was on the wrong setting, and so now it's back to a normal setting. I've also on the left added a couple snippets from Tim Holtz's ephemera package. One I think is called Numbers and one is Curator. I'll have them linked in the description. And I'm going to add some peeled paint splatters. So I just get that real wet and then do some splatters in areas that I think just needed it a little more something. And you can't really get a good idea, but it is showing up there. I'll do a final video of it close up and you'll be able to see the splatters. So I give that a good dry, and I'm going to do a little bit of stamping on one edge, and this is from Tim Holtz Eccentric Stampers Anonymous. It's called Eccentric. It's got just a bunch of numbers and things. It's one of my favorites. I use it a lot. It's got so many different numbers and labels and things that even if you use it a lot, you know, you feel like you haven't used this one in a while. Or so I'm just doing like a little border on the right with this one number. And then on the left hand side, I just didn't like that blank area. So I wrote just in my own handwriting on the side. And it says quality control number 162-34. I don't know. I just was randomly writing something. I do at times like to have my handwriting on things so that, you know, if my kids, grandkids want it, they'll see my handwriting. It might mean something to them someday. And so that tag that the bug is on has a hole in it. So I thought I should put something hanging from that hole in that tag. And so I just grabbed some thread. This happens to be a pretty thick thread, but I put it through that little hole, which was not easy. I should have thought ahead and did it ahead of time. And then I find a tiny little tag. As you can see, my hands also are probably sticky, so they're probably fighting to see, am I sticking to your hand or am I going through here? And so once I have that done, I find this little label from one of the Tim Holtz ephemeras. I think it's the same one that has the number on the bottom left from that same packet. And I just am going to hang a little piece, or no, I guess I'm pulling it from the ephemera, from the curator pack. I was thinking it was from the numbers one, but it's from the ephemera pack, curator pack. It's very tiny. And so I get my punch that puts tiny punches, and I punch that. And sometimes my punch doesn't come clean away. So now I'm going to attach this tag, and my fingers just don't work well that tiny. So you'll see me start to try to attach this tag, and then all of a sudden, voila, it will be done, because I didn't want to put you through the pain of watching me trying to tie this tag. Again, I should have done it prior to having it attached to the page. So voila, it's done, and it's so cute. It just hangs there and kind of like its own little label. And that is it. At the very end, you'll see in the very last picture, you'll see I added a couple more stems of leaves, but it's just something I had in my stash and I felt like it needed it. But here is the close-up view. You can see the splatters, and it was just a lot of fun. And I hope it inspires you to create some art. Please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and have a great day.